Welcome, everyone. Hello, how's everyone doing? Thank you for the hearts on TikTok. Hearing some weird noises in the house tonight already. Okay. Welcome. Hope everyone's doing well. Okay, Vanessa, good to see you. Yep. If you guys could, let me know that you can hear me and see me all right. That would be greatly appreciated. Before I go ahead and get into today's show, I am super excited because you guys voted this one in. It ranked pretty high. When I ran a poll a few months ago, it was more like December, maybe actually. And we had other shows that you guys had requested that ranked higher than this. So I wasn't able to get it in the mix until now. Looks like, is Instagram okay, Diana? So I'm going to be covering the June horoscopes for each zodiac sign. Welcome, Nicole Whitehead. Yes, welcome. All right, Josie said you can hear me and see me all right. Thank you. I know TikTok looks okay. Just a little concerned. About Instagram. So I'm just going to wait to hear back from you, Diana, on that. So you guys can also ask your questions tonight. So we are doing the $10 donation, open Q&A on anything. I don't need all the Zodiac information necessarily, okay, for your questions. So if you don't have it, don't worry about it. Anything really goes. Just waiting a minute to hear back from Diana. Okay, my Instagram is okay. All right, it looks fine. It's moving. Very good, very good. All right, so I just want to give a quick shout out. Also, sorry, we are running a couple minutes late, but we are on summer hours now. So hopefully you guys noticed the time change. We are officially at 9:30 for the summer. I may go later than that as the sun stays out longer. We'll see. But thank you to my YouTube members, Tanya, Nirkirk, Yolanda Fisher, Esquanda, Kate S., Melissa S., Sarah Sotelo, Joelle Porter, June Hawthorne, Deb Basil, Anna, Annie D., Chaley, Angie Johnson, Jennifer Cole, Abby Hicks, Stella Marie, Kim Elizabeth, Jennifer Barone, Denise Bennett, Jayla Beans, Edgar Villardes, Christine W., Miami Heat 305-ish, Shauna Dempsey, Demetris, Language Through Connection, Deanna Marie, Marie D., Tristan Marion, Me Love 716, Andrea M, and Vanessa. I appreciate you guys so much. If you want to become a YouTube member, go on to my YouTube channel at Ask Ivy the Medium, hit the join button. It'll show you the 3 different tiers of membership options. Pick whichever one works best for you. My members receive a monthly mini class, an Ask Ivy exclusive show, a direct email reading, which literally pays for the entire subscription itself. You get weekly spirit messages, monthly horoscope, okay, and more. So I hope to have you. We also have registration is going to close soon for my class on the 28th, a brand new class. This is self-development and light work, being ready for the call. If you entered into the healing arts, tarot, any type of Reiki, light work, whatever it is, if you went in thinking you really have a calling on your life to be doing this work and you found that it's been inconsistent to say the least, I'm going to break down the 4 key reasons why that happens and how to fix it. And again, registration is closing soon. You guys can attend through the online class or just get the video download. So go to Ivy Rivera, psychicmedium.com for that. We also have coming up Margin Manor Winery is hosting an Ivy League Psychic Fair. So I'll be out there with 2 of my certified readers on June 28th. Pre-booking is now open. Again, just go to my website, Ivy Rivera, psychicmedium.com. You could book up to 3 slots per person or try your hand at a walk-in. That's going to run from 1 to 4 p.m. Is there anything else we need to announce? My stomach is going crazy. I am fasting today. It's like going to get way louder. Book your spring summer party show or psychic fair now. I am in entertainment, so I do gallery shows, typically with private reads after, corporate events, business, weddings, family gigs, whatever. Okay, so parties and psychic fairs are booking up really fast, and I'm really happy to see that. We haven't seen that this big since before COVID, so we are getting back to normal somewhat. All right, we got a lot to get to tonight, so let's just go ahead and get into this. What the heck is the name of this show anyways? Okay, now also, I need you guys to give this high engagement. Okay. So whether you're watching once it's published, you're tuning in now. Thank you so much for the hearts already on TikTok. You guys are great. But I'm only going to add this show to my lineup if it gets really high engagement from you guys. So whenever you're tuning in, let me know in the comments. Okay. If you enjoyed it, and then I'll decide whether I want to do weeklies, bi-weeklies, monthlies. I just don't know yet. So let me just write down the title of this show so I know what planet I'm on. Hold on. This is called All Signs. Okay, June horoscopes. All right. Welcome, everyone. I'm Ivy Rivera. I'm a psychic medium, a Taino Arawak. This is the testing of a brand new show, All Signs, June horoscopes with Q&A afterward, donation based. So Diana, my beautiful producer, will be posting in the comment section on Instagram and TikTok how you could drop your donation and your question. But if you're here on YouTube, we have a description box. Everything's in that description box. Your name will eventually pop up on the screen. We are doing the questions at the end of today's show. Now, because this is a test show and you guys had requested this, I do expect high engagement. Okay, so please give this video a thumbs up. Drop a comment. In particular, drop your birthday in the comment section. You can find your twin on here. I'll start. I'm June 22nd. So I'm on that Gemini Cancer cusp right there. Any other June 22nds here? So you guys go ahead and drop your birthday so you can find people, okay, to pair up with here and to help me out in the algorithm. Now, if you're here on YouTube, hit that hype button. If I see that over the next 2 weeks, this show got high engagement, even after it's published, I will go ahead and add it to my show lineup and start doing weeklies, bi-weeklies, monthlies. You guys let me know what you want to see me do with this. All right. Did we just have something pop up? Hey, Ivy, could we ask any questions or questions only related to June? No, Edgar, you can ask anything. It doesn't have to be even astrology related at all. Okay. So it's just like open Q&A because we're going to be focusing on all aspects of your lives here. Do we have any other questions coming in since this is a test show, or are we good to go? We have a July 13th, a June 1st birthday, a June 28th, an August 19th, a February 19th. You guys are so cute. Okay, fun. All right. Yeah, and happy Gemini season to all my fellow Geminis. It's getting weird out there already. Just our style. I am going to open, okay, as always, with Aries, though. All right. So do we have it? Okay, good. We've got Aries up on the screen. All right. So Diana, it's just going to be important to switch that out continuously. Okay. I'll try to keep an eye, but I may completely forget about that. All right. So how do I want to do this? Okay, so bear with me. I am designing this as we go, just kind of winging it. All right, and just to clarify, I am not an astrologer. But the planets do speak to me, and I have been testing out the information that I get with astrologers for 16, 17 years, and it's always accurate. Okay, like it's pretty freakish. But what I'm doing is psychic mediumship, so I am channeling. Okay, for your sign. All right, let's get started with Aries. Aries is up first. Let's look at love and relationships for Aries. This is June for Aries. You got somebody coming in. I heard hot and heavy. This is clearly romantic related, or if you want to call it that. But I have somebody coming at you sort of hot and heavy, and it feels more like, honestly, it's you, it's both of you. There could be a lot of back and forth here. You could find yourself dealing with someone from the past or someone, more current, who is full of fire. There is a lot of passion in this relationship. There also seems to be a lot of butting of the heads. So we could see that you are battling things out with people in June, in particular in your love life. This is I thought it was a little bit cat and mouse. Maybe it's looking a little bit more like a tug of war, or two people who like to sort of fight it out, okay, and then make up, if you get what I'm saying, in order for it to be a little steamier than it normally would be. It's a lot of games is essentially what this looks like to me. So, I mean, if you're into that, then this is going to be something you choose to feed, you choose to work with for at least a while longer. For those of you Aries who are listening to this and you're like, you know what, I feel like I'm over it. I'm not loving it. It's not really making me feel important, or like this is what I should be investing my energy into. It feels a little too low level energy for me. You're really going to have to set some boundaries there then, because like I said, this is coming at you energy, and you have to hold yourself accountable and take responsibility for how much you have been, okay, feeding into it. Not even necessarily just with this person, but with this pattern in your life. So do we want something a little more level-headed and mature, or is, this something that you can actually take and enjoy and create, okay, into something that feels more stable than what it currently does? That's up to you guys, okay, what you do with it. So I'm just the messenger. That's what that energy looks like. It also seems like there's a lot of family time, okay? So family time coming in the month of June, possibly elders looking to you, get grandchildren or kids looking to you. It's kind of coming from both directions, right? The older people and the younger people coming to you and wanting to spend more time. This could look like cookouts. This could look like family reunions, birthdays, graduation celebrations, things like this. But these feel like gatherings. So it's really important that you, even if it can be hard to work this into your schedule, it's really important that you be very present in the month of June, because I'm supposed to say to Aries that these times, these days don't last forever. Okay. And these encounters, these sweet spots in our life are brief encounters. And we don't want to get so caught up in the hustle and bustle of life that we don't see it for what it really is. It is precious time spent with your family or chosen family. In the area of money, investments, career, money, investments, career for Aries, June, Aries. Okay. I heard put your money where your mouth is. This is a little bit of a challenge. This is a little bit of like you're going to give it up? I mean, it appears that you not only have been manifesting some things out to the universe for the last 3 years, and now it's finally time for you to put it all together, to use your free will to push it forward. Blocks and obstacles are being removed. It also appears that you've discussed this with people, okay, here on the earth plane, or that you've made some decisions in regards to your career, your work, and your investments that are stating very clearly that you wanted something more, you wanted something bigger, you wanted increased expansion opportunities, and this is it. I mean, this really is put your money where your mouth is. There's a bit of a challenging energy coming in here with you guys that feels like, how do I want to say this? You wanted something. Okay. And you may have said, for example, I want a cake. And you were like, well, I don't have a cake. I, would do anything. I would kill to have a cake right now. And all of a sudden the universe gives you the ingredients and an oven and a bowl and a big mixing spoon. And you're staring at it in the month of June, especially the first 2 weeks, saying, what am I supposed to do with this? Where's my cake? Will my cake ever come? You're throwing a bit of a temper tantrum. Why don't things work out for me? I'm frustrated. I've been working really hard at this. I've been patient, because like I said, a lot of this, for many of you, obviously this is general reading, but for many of you, this goes back 3 years. And you're not seeing that you have all the ingredients in front of you. So the universe is just basically saying, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to bake it? I gave you an oven. I gave you the eggs. I gave you the mixer. Like, what do you want? What more do you want? So don't have your eyes shut in regards to better investments, upgrades, partnerships. Okay. Finally having opportunity, even doors, I want to say for probably half of you, doors that you knocked on in the past that were closed in regards to your career, your title. Okay. Investment opportunities you wanted, they're open now. So go back and knock again. Okay. It's like saying you have the keys to this. I feel good about this for you guys. Hidden message. Do I see a hidden message or any type of obstacle for Aries, June? Any obstacles or a hidden message? I feel like there's a lot of animal totems working with you, and there's a lot of symbology here of like the wings, bird wings, birds flying at you, butterfly wings. What are these about? This is about your evolution. This is about you moving. And for many of you, it's been like a 5 to 7 year phase. Maybe you felt like you were a caterpillar, like you were in the pupa phase, or like you were working towards something, but you weren't ready yet. This is about your personal evolution across the board, and you achieving the wings is about freedom. It's about prosperity. It's about autonomy, and it's about opportunity to also be more creative. Okay. So go after what you feel passionate about. Aries, have a beautiful month of June. Okay, we are going to move on. Oh, thank you, Diana. That's smart. Okay, we'll put it up there. That's good. We are going to move on to Taurus. All right, very good. I'm going to wait until it's on the bottom. What do we call that? A runner? Ticker? You guys, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. All of this will be time-stamped and published in about 24 hours, probably. And I do encourage you guys to drop your birthday. Please let me know what your birthday is. We are looking for your twins here. I'm June 22nd. Do we have any June 22nds in here yet? No. And we are doing Q&A at the end. Okay. So you could drop your $10 donation and whatever your question is. And no, it does not have to be astrology related. Okay. We got Taurus running on the ticker on the bottom. Taurus is what is coming up for you. June horoscopes for Taurus in the area of love and relationships. You seem really, really guarded with your heart. Now, while this did start to feel romantic, I also feel like for many of you, I'm talking about friendships. So take it how it resonates. Could be both, but maybe feeling as though, and for a fairly good portion of you, you could have had a complicated love relationship or something that fell apart or is getting very tense that is also tied in. Like you guys have mutual friends, we share a lot of the same social group. and it's complicated. I think that what you're doing is keeping your cards close to your vest in the month of June. I think you are also going through a bit of a healing process in regards to your heart, trying to be focused on yourself, trying to also allow yourself to see very clearly what it is that is triggering you in regards to relationships, where it is that you need to control, I want to say, your emotions. So it's about feeling your feelings, but not making all of your decisions from an emotional reactive place. And you're working hard on that. It's not a lot of heavy lifting as much as it is a lot of awareness and paying attention to the energy when you're dealing with other people and pulling back, when you need to, not over explaining yourself, feeling as though you are very much in control, okay, and centered within yourself. This is a month where you may also be coming out, for many of you, from a phase of healing and some pretty significant isolation, and feeling as though maybe it's okay to go out there and explore in friendships, including new friendships and acquaintances, and maybe dating. Some of you may also be dealing with, it feels like, an old love partner trying to come back in, and you're saying, look, I'm not super duper confident with this, but I am feeling more secure where I am with my levels of self-control, self-awareness, with the healing that I have done. So maybe I am willing to entertain this and see how it goes. This is a month for Tauruses where you need to stop hiding. Okay. And your healing journey doesn't have to be done. It's cyclical. Okay. It's not linear. It's not like, here I was a mess at point A and now I'm at point B and now everything's fixed. No. We're taking our baggage and we're bringing it out there into the world. Okay. You're going to carry it with you, and you're just going to have confidence that you can handle things as they come. A lot of people want to engage with you, Tauruses. There could even be some engagements and proposals going on this month for quite a few of you, more in the second and the third week, especially if you're taking a trip, a vacation somewhere. But just because people want you doesn't mean it's all of high value. So one of the things you guys are supposed to be doing this month in love and friendships, even for quite a few of you with family, is gauging whether or not these people want you because they love you and they also want to be a support to you. Do they want you because they want to take from you? They want to drain you? Do they want to be with you because you make them feel good? You're good looking, you're good company, you're charming. What is it that they want? What is it that they have to offer? This is about balance this month, okay? In the area of money investments and career, for Tauruses, June. Second week of the month, there's a significant opportunity coming in. For some of you, this may trickle into the first 3 to 4 days of the third week, but it seems like a significant opportunity coming in. Some of you may be earning a certification or passing a test or completing a training of some kind. Others are just finally offered that position that you wanted, or that job that you wanted. You can now get your hands on it. Okay. So this is a time to double check your emails, double check work opportunities you had previously looked into, double check everything. If you had thought, well, it's not an open door for me, it is coming back around. Kudos and congratulations to everyone who's leveling up into the next, I almost feel like I want to say title. Okay. Title for yourself. You worked really hard at this. And it feels like everything else this month is about resting, relaxing. Don't forget that once we achieve something, or if we're trying to attract more to us, rest and play are important elements in manifesting that type of wealth, okay? Prosperity. So be playful to increase your career opportunities, your money, your investments. There is also talk here of someone wanting to partner with you. For most of you, I would say this is the last week of the month, but I'm right in that ballpark area, tail end. Seems like somebody wants to partner with you. So you could have someone offering you a position, but it feels more like let's put our heads together and grow this thing. It's going to be very profitable, okay, for both of us. So anything you guys are doing with like side hustles, entrepreneurship, independent contracting, all right, other investments, that could really be coming up more at the end of the month. Some of you are also starting a brand new, it's almost like a savings plan of some kind. So for those of you who've been saying, I really need to get serious about my savings, or I need to start putting money into investments instead of just keeping it here in a savings, it looks like this is the month where you launch. All right. And that's important. If you've been like, I don't know, is this the right time? I want to give this as a confirmation. Yes, it is. Do we have a hidden obstacle or a general message for Tauruses? Taurus is June. Hidden obstacle or general message? It looks like actually the whole month feels like it's about partnership opportunities. So partnership opportunities, whether it be friendship, love, romantic, okay, for a few of you, even family, but that's less so. Work related, okay, or financial related, shared resources. Okay, whether that be love, that be time, that be exchange of ideas and intimacy, that be actual work, that be finances. Okay, it's all, you guys may be seeing a lot of number twos following you in the month of June, which is about partnership. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, that's soulmate. It could be. It could be. Okay, but it's also partnerships, working with others, typically not in huge groups, smaller groups, or literally with one person. Okay. Big things. Yeah, I would say June is like beginnings. If I were to say there's like a theme coming up with this, it's almost like out with the old and in with the new. And don't forget to rest and play. Tauruses, have a great month. We're going to move on to Geminis. Thank you for being here, everyone. Please post your birthday in the comments section. Find your twin. Did we get any June 22nds yet? Am I still the only one? Amanda said June 12th. Okay, very cool. And we are doing Q&A with a donation at the end. So if you guys have questions, you could drop your donation. Diana, my beautiful producer, is posting the directions in the comment section here on Instagram and TikTok because we don't have a description box. Okay, but if you want to switch over to YouTube at Ask Ivy the Medium, you could do everything under one umbrella. We've got Gemini up. I think we're ready to move on to Geminis next. Perfect. Geminis, my fellow Geminis, what is coming up for June in the area of love and relationships? Okay, interesting. In the second week, rolling into the third week, okay, creating about an 8-day period somewhere in there. There's the return of the exes, the parade of the exes. So we've got exes returning 2 to 3. I would say possibly for some of you, okay, this does feel, I want to say for most of you, the one you still think on. This is the one you still debate on. This is the one you still hope maybe in some way, shape, or form would come around. Looks like this is coming through the telephone. Okay, so this could be a phone call. This could be a text, but it's coming literally through the phone. I also have some very militant energy marching in here. So what that can mean is that some of you are having to be more militant in the way you deal with family in particular. Maybe this is setting your boundaries and keeping it set. Maybe this is making very clear with your returning ex also. And for some of you, I get a friend, maybe a friend who's a bit of a drunkard, maybe a friend who's a bit of an addict, maybe a friend who's a bit of a drama king or a drama queen. Thank you for the hearts on TikTok. A friend who doesn't like to stand on their own 2 feet. I see you guys in these areas. Take it how it resonates for you. It's going to be different for everyone, of course. setting a boundary. Okay. I'm not your mom. I'm not your dad. I'm not your therapist. Okay. I'm not doing this. You need to get help. You need to stand on your own 2 feet because, quite frankly, you may be looking at relationships through a critical eye of imbalance, questioning reciprocity, loyalty. And if you're not going to get something back out of this returning ex, this crazy friend, this family member, if you can't get anything back, you have to end the days of saying, well, that's unconditional love or relationships are give and take. Exactly. Relationships are give and take, not sacrifice upon sacrifice upon sacrifice. So no victimhood mentality, no martyrdom, and no waiting till tomorrow to receive something back. Okay. There's supposed to be a balance here. And this almost feels, Geminis, like you're being tested in the month of June. It's like the universe's eyes are like on you. You know what I mean? It's like, is he going to cave and give in to something that's lower level energy and beneath what they know they deserve? Or are they going to hold the line on this boundary setting? You can be open to talking to people and open to dealing with people, even open to the exes, having a discussion with them. But if there isn't changed behavior, improvement, or balance, it's a no. It's a no. And the universe is watching. What do I mean by that? Well, if you entertain this in any serious way, if you feed it, you're going to lose other blessings. So I call it negative karmic kickback. Whenever you entertain anything in life that is below your standards, there are penalties and consequences for that. Okay. It's not a punishment. It's what you said you deserve. It's what you're in alignment with, apparently. So prove, okay, that you are expecting more, deserving of more. I want to say prove it. I'm also hearing repair on what could be like a family relationship. So this could be like a cousin. This could be an old friend trying to come back in. This could be some type of family dynamic. I mean, it doesn't have to be bio. This could be like chosen family, but it feels like someone who was chosen family is trying to come back in or come back around. This could go way back, okay, even to childhood. I want to say message there, though. Same message there, okay? You'll know more between the second and the middle of the fourth week, whether or not this relationship, this individual is proving to have matured. Okay? You'll know by then. Pattern already revealed by the end of the month. All right, we're going to move into money investments, career for Gemini, June, Gemini, money. Somebody's, God, that made me nervous. Like, ew, what is this? It's almost like a rush of, okay, I see what it is. If you guys are dealing with any imposter syndrome, if you're a little bit worried and stepping out into something new, if you're not loving maybe being perceived, okay, or you're just not sure about your skill set in something, it feels like a big offer is coming in. And when it comes in, it comes in almost like an agent, it comes in like a boss coming at you. It comes in like, someone in a position of authority who has a lot and calls the shots, comes in and says, by the way, I want you for this. You're going to take it. And it's like tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. We don't have a lot of time. People like this don't stick around, and you don't debate when someone like this approaches you, when an opportunity like this approaches you. So it doesn't have to literally be a person. I'm just saying that's sort of a symbol. Could be, though. So, this opportunity is being presented to you, and it's very much like get up and go, sign on the line and move. This feels to me like it's coming in the second half of the second week or the beginning of the third week. So right in between, sandwiched in there. All right. We have a money opportunity, an investment opportunity, or a literal person coming in with an opportunity. I love that for you guys. Let's look at whether or not there is a hidden message or an obstacle. Hidden message or obstacle for Gemini's June. Hidden message or obstacle. Pedal to the metal. I heard you're already in the car. You're already behind the wheel. drive this thing. Okay. So it's time to move forward. If there's anything you've been sleeping on, if you've been waiting for the gun to go off and the race to begin, if you've been, waiting for a sign that it's time to launch, it's time to start, this is the time to begin. And it's full steam ahead. There is no looking in the rearview mirror. There is no going back. And it's not a slow roll where it's like goodbye to my past. Nope, it's like blazing. Okay, fire dust kicking up, off you go. This is the month for you. Wow. All right, Geminis, I'm excited as a fellow Gemini. We'll see what this is all about. You guys keep me posted, please. I'm always curious with these, how they end up panning out for you as individuals. Thank you, Gemini. Have a wonderful June and happy birthday. Also, just a reminder, because often when I do these types of readings, we are going to move on. We're going to move on to Cancer. Often when I do these types of readings, I'll have people who are like, well, I was really hopeful for this, or I really wanted this, or I really wanted that, and they'll be like, everyone said, every astrologer and every tarot reader and every psychic said it was going to work out for me this month, but like, boo-hoo, why didn't I get it? Everything is in levels. And often what I find is that the same people who complain repeatedly that nothing good ever happens to them are the same people who, when I post a helpful meme, say, well, easier said than done. Okay, so I'm just saying, all right? If things aren't ever working out for you, okay, it could be that you're not doing what you need to do. So see everything in the universe, including with your astrology, as a reward system. You get paid out when you did the job, when you did your work, when you put in effort, all right? But yes, I want to hear. Okay, guys, give me feedback. Let's move on to Cancer, Krabby Patties. All right, very good. Do we have it on the ticker at the bottom? I think so. My fellow Cancers, I saw some June babies here in the feed. Let me know your birthday, please. I am June 22nd, so technically I am a Cancer sun. All right, let's get into this. Cancers, June, love and relationships for June. I felt a big warm hug come in for Cancers. Now, I do feel like this could be coming from maternal energies, grandmother energies, living and deceased. Okay, female ancestors coming in and supporting you from behind. This often suggests to me that you've been going through a period of depression, or feeling like you want more protection, or feeling like you need a stronger foundation, feeling like you need more general support, and you don't want to have to freaking ask for it all the time. I just need more support. This is coming in for you in the month of June. Now, yes, your grandmothers and, your aunties and your ancestors, yes, of course, they'll be coming through, giving that to you in the literal sense, either from spirit, or here on the earth plane for the living ones. But this is symbolic of them sending it through others. When we talk about, humans are the mouthpiece for God, or earth angels, okay, or humans are sort of the foot soldiers for the universe and divinity. That's what we're talking about here. So this nice, warm, supportive hug is going to come through people and situations. And I want to say just general opportunities to feel loved and supported from the world around you. But this is also going to come through what feels like two concrete people or groups that open up. I heard open up their arms, their heart, their doors to you in the month of June. So we're going in the beginning of the second week, and then we're going at the tail end of the third week, ballpark. This is general message, so it can move slightly for you guys. But if you've been thinking about entering into a new friendship or relationship, a group, even if for some of you this is a work environment, that counts. For others, this almost feels like you're entering into a new family dynamic. And for others, it's more like just kind of community based. This could also be a class, or even if you're like volleyball, who cares? Like, how can that be important? It could be really, really important. Maybe you enter into a sports team, you're just doing something different. So just be mindful of the love that's being sent. Make sure you're receiving it however it comes, but it's mostly going to be through people showing you kindness, protection, and that can make you feel like your foundation in life is more solid. It's a month also where you're supposed to be getting back in romantic connections and through friendships with deeper levels of intimacy. For some, this could also be family dynamics, where there are deeper levels of intimacy, meaning sharing and support. And it's really feeling like a payout for the effort, the love, the stability, the way you've been a cornerstone for a lot of other people. Now that's coming back toward you. Some of you could be receiving a ring in the month of June, in particular, the second to the fourth week. I was really getting the third week. Ding, ding, ding. Okay. But like, if you feel like there could be a proposal coming, there certainly could be. For many of you, this is somebody coming back from your past or someone who's relatively new, asking for you to give them a chance, sort of level up the relationship and commit. So it doesn't have to be like engagement. It could also be monogamy, okay, or a committed attempt at this relationship for the first time or again. And for those of you who are already in an established relationship, you guys could be doing something different with your finances or looking at a big investment like a house, a property, a piece of land, or taking a trip. You may also be dealing with a love partner, a spouse, what have you, who wants to change careers. And I would say if you're going to support it, this is the month to support it. All right, let's move on to money, investments, and career. It's already kind of sliding that way. Money, investments, and career. We on Cancer right now. Money, investments, career for Cancers. June. Looks like the end of the second week going into the third week. You guys may be signing a contract, receiving a judgment. For those of you tied up, is anyone here tied up in a legal case of some kind? This could be, authority overseeing something. It feels like here's the decision. Most of you seem to be pretty happy with this decision, maybe feeling like this turned out better than I thought it would, or like, woo, the fact that that's over is half the battle. And I'm not even going to complain about this turnout, so it's going to range somewhere in there for you guys, but pretty darn good. It also feels like some of you may be getting a payout for something. I heard the check is in the mail. So that could be symbolic. It could also be quite literal, a check in the mail, but like you're getting a payout for something you had previously invested in or you had been fighting for. So I heard it's due you. All right. It is due you and it is coming in the month of June. I also feel like it's an important time for you guys to invest in something. So if you've been wanting to do something new with like your title, your career, your side hustle, business, like a new sign, maybe even investing in like your home, redecorating, something like that. But it feels like it's time for an investment in what you want to create. Some of you may even be working on publishing. We're going to move on to, is there a hidden message or an obstacle? June, Cancer, June. Hidden obstacle or hidden message for June? Don't hide away. I'm hearing don't run from love. Don't hide away. If you have gone through a period of hardship and you're like, I'm better off on my own, this is a month to open back up, okay, to the world, experiences, and even other people, okay, including financial opportunity, shared opportunities. Okay, so this is a month to open back up to that. You don't have to feel it 100%, but it will work out. All right, have a wonderful month of June, my Krabby Patties, and happy birthday also coming up here. We're going to move on to Leos. All right. Leo is next. You guys can drop your questions. I'm taking them at the end. And if you have to go, don't feel like you have to stick around for your questions all the way at the end to get answered. This will get published and we'll timestamp everything. But that's going to be exclusively here on YouTube at Ask Ivy the Medium. So you can go back and watch or listen later on. All right, looks like we've got Leo. Leo's June. What is coming up for you in the area of love and relationships? No sooner was I going to go into your sign, I'm full on choking. I was like, take a little water, it'll go. I knew it wouldn't. You guys are dealing with the closed throat chakra this month. Stop holding back in love and relationships of all kinds, but in particular romantic. Stop holding back. You are holding back and you are hoping to be seen. You are hoping to receive what you want. You are hoping for a certain amount of attention, affection, regard, and it's like not happening. And it's almost building as a neediness, okay? An overreaching, a bitterness, or for some of you, you're walling off, you're walling out, okay? Maybe you feel like someone is doing this to you. Take it how it resonates. But this is about your throat chakra. Now, when I'm getting a closed throat chakra this bad, it means one of two things. A, you're not speaking your truth. Or B, you did, and it was disregarded. It was disrespected. Nothing changed. Nothing evolved. And now you have to come at it again. All right. So whether you're coming at it again, you're coming at it in a different way, or you're setting a boundary. And often that boundary means walking away. You're going to have to figure this out. In particular, the first 2 weeks of the month. This is already, I'm filming this on, I don't know, whenever, who the hell knows what day it is. But anyways, it's May. I know I'm in the month of May. And I'm feeling it already for you. And what I mean by that is that this is an old problem. It's becoming an old problem. You don't want to let it sit and get stale. Okay. So moving things forward through clear communication, boundary setting, and if you must, walking away. This is also a month for you to do an evaluation on yourself, because some of you are like, is it me? Is there something more I can do? For some of you, there is something more. I'm going to call you out on it. There is something more you could have done. There is more effort you could be putting in. You want a whole lot, but you're not really bringing a ton, okay, to the table. So check yourself. This isn't all, I'm not going to blow rainbows and butterflies up your rear end and just be like, oh, it's all about you deserve and you should fight for what you did. You earn it? I mean, do you really deserve that back? Are you sure? Okay. So for some of you, you need to check yourself out there. Okay. You're not giving very much. And things could improve if you're willing to upgrade what you give, for sure. In the area of money, investments, and career, money caressments for June, Leo, money, investments, career. New business opportunity coming in between the second and the third week. I feel like I'm slicing right down the middle there. I almost wonder if this happens right on that Saturday there where like you're having a coffee or you're having a meeting or you're taking a phone call, right? We're doing a Zoom, an email's going back, and a lot of emails, a lot of phone calls going back and forth here. And then it happens. So you guys could be dealing with a person who is in a unique position to level you up. For some, because this is a general message, this could be a partnership. For others, this could be an investment opportunity. And for others, it's almost like a job promotion or some type of, how do I want to say this? Offer where maybe a boss, for example, says, I want you in this position, but you're going to have to go do X, Y, and Z first. And you're like, heck yeah, and then you kind of step away from it and you're like, this is kind of a lot. Am I getting into this too heavy? I want to say, don't overthink it. Okay. This isn't about logic right now. This is about understanding what you feel in your gut This isn't about your emotional intelligence right now. This is understanding what your higher mind is telling you. Okay. This isn't about timing right now. This is about understanding that the astrology, the universe, your higher mind, your ancestors, your guides are supporting this right now. It's in alignment. All right. So, regardless of how you feel, it does feel like it's time. All right. To move forward. And this is time sensitive. So, it's not just going to sit on the table forever. This isn't take it slow, take your time. No, no, no. This is be reasonable. Dot your I's, cross your T's, look at the fine print. But, okay, but you need to answer within, it feels like about a week. In the area of hidden messages or an obstacle, is there a hidden obstacle or a general message for Leo's June? Hidden obstacle, general message? Who the hell is that? I want to say this could be a month where you guys are dealing with dad energy, paternal energy, skeletons in the closet, stuff swept under the carpet, unhealed wounds, shadow work, maybe even dealing with your fathers in spirit if they have passed. This is also you dealing with your own personal identity. Okay. My identity is formed from my parents or original caretakers, right? So you're looking back at how you are pleased or displeased with the influence that the paternal energies and or paternal line has had on you, and you are bringing some closure to this. You are elevating this. For some of you, it may feel almost like an intrusive energy that you need to deal with once and for all. And if you have shut down with other people in your life because of that unresolved paternal sort of overbearing influence, you're going to be healing that this month. Okay. It's also a ticket to freedom. So I feel like the more you can make peace with the paternal influence on you, even if it is a lack thereof, the more you can make peace with it and say, well, I'm so proud of who I am today, or I've learned so much, or I've really alchemized that, I've transmuted that, I'm in a power position, the better off you're going to be. All right. Leos, have a wonderful month of June. Thank you so much. We are going to move on to Virgos. You guys post your birthday in the comment section and also give this video some engagement. Please give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe. If you are here on YouTube, please hit the hype button. Share this video. I'm sure there are some people on your social media who would like to tune in for this. Remember to give this high engagement, because if I see high engagement, I will add this to my show lineup and start doing these regularly. Let me know if you want to see that happen. Also, if you want to see weeklies, bi-weeklies, or monthlies. Ooh, Virgo. My jaw is popping. Something is going on here with you. All right. Do we got it at the bottom? I think we do. All right. Virgos, June horoscope. What is coming up for Virgos in the area of love and relationships? So the first thing that I'm feeling with you guys is like a really tight jaw. This could symbolize that you are feeling stressed about a relationship or a situationship. This seems to be a lot of feminine energy trying to communicate with you. Okay, so the feminine side of a male, or, the feminine side of a female. Like, this is feminine energy, which symbolizes communication, community, intuition. Okay, someone who is tapping into that side of themselves, even nurturing. Okay, very wise, very powerful, but fiercely protective. This feminine energy seems to be coming toward you saying, we need to be transparent. So they're kind of calling you out. I mean, they're basically saying to you, you need to be transparent. Okay, because I am. So you need to be transparent. I want this relationship to look this way. I want this interaction and communication with you, verbal and nonverbal, to feel this way. So they're talking about vibes, and they're talking about how the vibes are off a bit. And you may feel confronted. You may feel as though you're getting called out. You may feel this like a bruise to your ego, or like, I want to shut down. I don't want to look at this. I don't want to hear this. I don't want to process this. And for some of you Virgos, this could cause you to run. This could cause you to literally just shut down or decide like, well, I am not willing to make space in this, in my life for this, or this person is requiring too much out of me. It's almost like it's just, if I didn't already say it, I keep hearing it. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. And it's like, well, I think you better make some time for this, because you are definitely presenting in such a way where you're fairly walled off to progress. And this calling you out is someone very genuinely saying that they want a deeper connection. But, you may be, it's funny because I keep feeling like I want to say collection, and it's almost like you may have a collection building, a past pattern, a whole pile up of people you walked away from, instead of going in and doing some self-examination. All right. And so it's like, are we going to continue with this pattern? I'm not saying that this is necessarily, everything this person says is right. I'm not saying that this is like your forever person, or that this is, someone you need to take more seriously than what you feel comfortable with. But the words they're saying is what I'm saying should be taken seriously. So trying to, be more introspective, trying to be more open and mindful and communicate in a different way, and put something down that feels very defensive, that you have possibly not examined in a really, really long time, or for some of you ever. Okay. In order to see if we can get this relationship to level up and evolve. It's a test on many other relationships. What I mean by that is that if we can work with this person and we can get to that place, okay, where you're doing this, it's going to positively affect every other relationship in your life from here forward. Some of you also have what feels like a love partner challenging you. For some of you, this could feel like an older sibling. This could be someone in a position of authority. I have to fix this puzzle here on TikTok. Okay, so this could even be like a boss, but you may feel like you're being challenged at the moment. And it's an important time for you to address that, instead of just trying to kind of like hide from it to sort of avoid it. It's important that you, confront it with a game plan, and not work from emotions, but work from like A, B, C, D. Here's how I'm going to confront this person or this sort of situation, okay, that this individual is presenting me with, so that you feel less scattered or like you want to run. So this feels like a month of facing relationship dynamics, including yourself. This message ends with you looking in the mirror. In the area of money, investments, and career, finances, investments, career for Virgos. June, money, career, investments. Well, this feels smooth. So, I mean, if you haven't been putting effort into relationships, you've certainly been putting it into money. So, the payout is here. We have a big like coin, a big token. Like if this were a video game, it's like ding, 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 ding. Okay, you get this token. What is this? I mean, essentially, this is a level up contract. This is a signing on to a contract. This is negotiating a contract upward. This is extending an offer. This is taking something and making it bigger for sure. So that opportunity is coming in here with you guys. I want to say between the second and the third week for most of you. For some of you, if it takes a little longer, probably the fourth week, but there's talk of it in the first week. So you may know. I mean, you may know ahead. I also feel like the phone is ringing for you guys quite a lot. And so it's coming through as something you're not sure. You're not sure if you want to take it. There is some opportunity here for you to grow your money or invest to make more, use what you have as leverage for more, but you're not sure whether you're passionate about this opportunity. This is coming up more in the third week, especially the first 3 days of the third week. You're not sure. It's coming up as very beige, so it's about figuring out what you really want now, I would say, in May, and making a very clear manifestation list out to the universe so that the universe can work out the details, and what comes to you is a little bit more on track with what you really want and is made clear. Okay. I think you're being very careful with your money, time, investments, like skill set. I don't want to overinvest in something that isn't part of the long-term goal. So that's why I'm saying you better know what the long-term goal is. Okay. Now's the time. Or you don't want to get tied up in something that won't let you back out. And I would agree with that. You may be doing that with relationships as well as your money. I don't want to get tied up in something I can't get back out of, in a matter of months or just a couple years if I want to. Okay. Take that into consideration, but the opportunities are here. Some of you are also graduating out of something between the first and the second week, or getting some type of achievement title. Okay. Upgrade. Kudos. Congratulations. Is there a hidden obstacle or general message for Virgos? June, Virgos. Hidden obstacle, general message. Wake up. I heard don't stay asleep. There seems to be something you've been sleeping on, and you could be having a lot of very vivid dreams, a lot of prophetic dreams, a lot of astral travel, a lot of very dynamic, you wake up and it's like, whoa, I can't shake that dream, like wild symbology, okay, and prophecy even. So pay attention to all of that. It's directions, it's roadmaps for your life this month. But this can also double as like, don't stay asleep for some of you, not all of you, of course, but for some of you, you have decided recently with an issue to bury your head in the sand, and you've been like, well, it's just something I don't care to look at right now. Well, this is the time to look at it, because come next month, it is going to start to hold up. Okay. The movement on other things. Everything is connected like the spider web. So we're going to have to process that. Virgos, have a wonderful month of June. Thank you for being here. All right. We are going to move on to Libras. Libras are up next. What did Baby Cakes say? Baby Cakes from TikTok is a Virgo. I just ended a relationship. It sucks. Interesting. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, you guys have some pretty intense energy there. A little confrontational, a little bit. Not in a fun way, like kind of a lot of work, kind of a lot of relationship work. All right. We have a July 29th baby. July 29th. Mel Subi. Who's that? Leo, right? I think. Yeah. All right. Very cool. Yeah, you guys drop your birthday. Find your twin. I'm June 22nd. I don't think we've had a June 22nd in here yet. All right. So we are moving on to Libras. Libras, June horoscope for Libras in the area of love and relationships. What is coming up for Libra? The second and the third week, you guys seem to be dealing with a lot of family drama. You may also be choosing to stay out of family drama. I'm not going to triangulate. I'm going to go to the barbecue. I'm going to get together with people. This could be chosen family. This could be biological family. But you are essentially choosing, okay, to just kind of stay out of it, enjoy what is pleasurable, roll the good in with the bad, appreciate people for who and what they are, and not maybe overstay. I don't want to say you're welcome. I mean, you're more than welcome. It's not that. It's just like, don't be the last one to leave a party. And what do they say about like people staying at your house? Like, something like a fish, right? After 3 days, it starts to reek. It's like, don't just be a little bit more mindful on how much energy, thought, and time in the literal sense you're investing, okay, in these relationships in the month of June, because you are also supposed to be having a nice, healthy balance where you're spending a significant amount of time doing either solo travel or you're independent, especially out in nature. So your relationship to nature is important this month. Get down to the water, go barefoot in your yard, hug a tree, plant some wildflowers. I don't care what. Okay. Do some camping, but get out in nature. There's a lot of talk of, I want to say, birds also following you around, a reminder of the level of freedom and achievement. You may be feeling like you're outgrowing your relationships this month, and that's okay. You reaching a point of maturity, you reaching a point of clarity, you even reaching, for some of you, a point of prosperity. Hi, Mama. Ezzy came over for this one, you guys. You becoming almost like the butterfly. You may be feeling like you're surrounded by some caterpillars. You may be feeling as though you don't have the same type of connection with people that you used to. It's not really fulfilling for you anymore. And this isn't a time for you to get down about that. This is a time for you to be introspective and to be on your own, and to understand that when it's time to make new friends, right? New lovers, chosen family, whatever it is, that those people will come. So we don't want to be closed off to it. I think that you guys are also looking at a somewhat complicated love partnership, whether you guys are in a long-term relationship or this is something brand new. This could be, for some of you, an ex returning as well, or you deciding to reach out to an ex. It's just interesting that it feels complicated because somebody's not saying something. It's almost like, are you going to spit it out? I mean, I don't know what more you want from me or how much longer we're going to do this dance or play this game, but it went from playing checkers to playing chess. And so it's getting more complicated because the amount of time that you guys have either spent apart, or the way the relationship feels like very dynamic. There's synergy, there's chemistry, there's almost an obsession. Maybe this person shows up in your dreams. Okay, their name is popping up everywhere. You're very, very connected. This is what I would call soul contract of some type. This is, you got to up the ante. This makes it more difficult. This does turn it in to chess. And so you're figuring out how you want to navigate that. And I think the key is open communication. You can lead by example, okay? But don't overreach with anyone. They have to clear their own throat chakra, okay? You can want them to, but you can't coddle them or steer the ship or encourage or, we'll see. We'll see. All right, let's look at money, investments, and career. Silly. Money, investments, and career for Libra. Money, investments, career for June. You seem to want to get rid of something, or a lot of you already did. Okay, so everyone's going to be on different timelines here slightly, but many of you in the last 3 weeks, 3 months already unloaded something, a job, a title, a business, whatever it is. You are ready for the new thing to really kind of level up. Others, you are just now getting ready to do this. So the unloading of the old, the detoxing of the old is key. It's like new level, new devil, or every time the bus stops, somebody's got to get off. In order for a new door to open, another door has to close, right? This is a sacrifice being required in order for this new development. I feel a very strong foundation, whether you're starting at a new job, you're investing in new business, you are entering, some of you may be entering into retirement, whatever it is. It feels like there is a strong foundation. Ow, no, we're not doing that. Stop. She's so mean to me, like always. I heard you. I see you and I'm bleeding. Knock it off. Knock it off. We're not doing that. Go sit down. So, this new foundation is going to allow you, don't even think about it. This new foundation is going to allow you to, I want to say over the course of the next 5 years, and this really shows up June, July, August, you're going to figure out what else you want to do. And it's not a question of what I can do. It's no. It's what I want to do. It's what I'm manifesting. This is the vision. Okay. So you need to also redefine your manifestation list at this time because the universe is going to be watching and giving. You are in alignment. For those of you who were really struggling here for a while, to let go of something else, or if you're towing the line, you're between two things, this may be the time. I see this very commonly when people are, say, this just example, obviously, but say some of you started your own business or a side hustle, or okay, you've been investing in a different line of career and you're holding on to the old thing because you were afraid to let go of it. And it's like the last couple months, you've been like, I don't know how much longer I can hold on to this. I'm split too thin. It's too thin. It's time. Okay. It's time to transition over. Is there a hidden obstacle or general message? General message for Libra's June. If I were to say that there is a general message here, it's out with the old and in with the new. I'm getting a rainbow, which is pot of gold at the end of the rainbow after the storm, hopes and dreams coming true. It's also a bridge from an old way of life into a new way of life. And I'm seeing freedom for you, freedom, prosperity, creativity, autonomy. Some of you are moving up into leadership position for the first time, really. Okay. Or even if you had it, it was so hard to do. It didn't feel like leadership. Now it will. This is very exciting time for you. Libras, have a wonderful June. Thank you for being here. Okay, we are going to move on to Scorpio. Scorpio, my favorite. Any Scorpios in here? I feel like I'm melting and I'm greasy. What do you want, Mama? It is raining. It is miserable out. It is. You really can't go out there right now. You would not be happy. You would not be. I love you. Stop. All right. Okay. Let's see what we're on to. July 29th. Oh, yes. Okay. July 29th. Very cute. All right. Let's see where we are. Scorpios. Just a reminder, you guys can get your questions in. I'll be answering them at the end. Drop your $10 donation with that. And we'll be answering them all at the end. And if you can't stay, that's all right. You can go back and watch the replay. Everything will be time stamped probably tomorrow. Okay. Here on YouTube at Ask Ivy the Medium. Next up is Scorpio. Scorpios, what is coming up for you in June in the area of, knock it off, love and relationships? Please stop. Love and relationships for Scorpio. You seem to be trying to rope someone in. So it's almost like I'm trying to lasso this, I don't know, cowgirl. I'm trying to lasso this cowboy. I'm trying to lasso this person, this situation, this full-on relationship. So it does look like some of you are very open to new love, and the person you're sort of trying to rope in here, or to lasso, or to lock down, seems to be very open if you do that. So this is not a month to be caught. Like, make sure you're really being transparent in what you want. This isn't the time to sort of hold back on like compliments or showing interest. Don't mince words here. I do think that this person could be an air sign. They seem a little aloof. They could have that significant placement in their chart somewhere where they are very much like by the seat of their pants. They're not extremely emotional. And so you seem to be feeling a lot. emotionally about this, and they seem to be like a fluttering fairy, and you may really struggle, okay, to kind of, again, feel as though you're roping them in or getting their attention. I don't think you should misread it as though this person is disinterested. I just think it's a different style of dealing with emotions and connection and romantic feelings than what you have. And there could be some very deep conversations that are bringing you together. Now, this travels from whether this is a new love, this is, for those of you who are already in an established relationship, there are some very deep conversations being had in the month of June. These are heartfelt. Okay, this is about healing. Some of you are maybe choosing to go to counseling together, to see if you could sort of salvage this relationship. I mean, whatever it is. I think that what you guys are ultimately doing here is allowing yourselves to be vulnerable. And for you, Scorpios, it's going to be about sort of putting that weapon down. Okay. Not thinking that the other person is trying to use it as a weapon against you. Just try to be a little more open-minded and relaxed about that part of it. For those of you who were hoping to hear from an ex, or for a lot of you, it seems like, I don't know what this was. I don't know if this was a situationship or you were casually dating and then it disappeared, or if maybe for some of you, they lived at a distance for whatever reasons. Okay. It seems like something from the past didn't work out at that time, but that is coming up here at that time. All right. We could be revisiting something, and, it feels exciting. I do wonder, though, if it's going to be short-lived. Even if it is, I think it's something you need to entertain. And for some of you, it could end up being something quite a bit more. So this is interesting. Some past life connection here. I want to say the big theme for you guys in June is dealing with people you have past life connection with. Also, you guys check in on parents or the elderly. Some of you could be dealing with transitional situations with them. And you may be called to be of service this month. So whether it's charity work, helping people on the streets, helping and assisting with the unhoused, helping and assisting with youth, okay, or LGBTQ. You see people who are in drug and alcohol rehabilitation, okay, women who are coming out of difficult circumstances, women and children. It seems like you guys are being asked to be of service to others this month as well. So you're going to be put on the front lines. In the area of money investments, career for Scorpios, money investments and career for Scorpios. Yeah, my jaw's popping. You may be stressed about money right now. I heard put your money where your mouth is. This is the first week of the month. Put your money where your mouth is. There could be some type of investment that you need to make. There could be something that you need to complete, okay, repair even. And you're going to need to get that done. With certainty between the first and the second week is how that looks to me. I think that you have also been, for many of you, sort of feeling like you're stepping on hot coals, which is symbolic of, it's almost like that long, that line of fire. People walk on these coals. It's like common in AA and things. So maybe some of you are doing that. If so, kudos. But it's almost like, when do I get to the end of this thing? Like I'm walking on hot coals. You may be feeling like you are also, some of you, avoiding landmines in regards to your career, your money, and debating a lot on making any concrete choices with the direction of your career or any transitions, especially in regards to letting some things go. But it does feel like more toward the end of the month, that would be the time to get it done. Some of you are being offered a promotion in the third week as well. I just have a voice coming at you, a voice of, I don't know, whoever holds that position, I guess. Okay. Or like, work opportunity in any way. This could also be business related, of course, if you're launching, but it's like the door is open. The door is open. So especially for those of you looking to move up in your career, there's that, but look outside of where you currently are. Don't always passively wait on a boss in a situation like this. Look outside. And for those of you who are looking to move your business, or say, you're looking for like a brick and mortar, it's like, there it is. it's on the market. It's perfect. It's open. Someone's leaving. I see a for lease sign in the window. When did that happen? Okay. Eyes open, eyes open. Is there a hidden message or an obstacle? Hidden obstacle, rather. Is there a hidden obstacle or a general message for Scorpios in June? Is there a hidden obstacle? Don't let anyone, I heard, rain on your parade. Don't let anyone slow you down. Don't let anyone like pop the tires on your car, Spirit's saying, which is essentially going to mean that, like, if you deal with other people's nonsense and drama, including just random strangers out on the street trying to start ish, you could find that you're not present and focused on what you should be. Okay. So people, this month, it's like water off a duck's back. I'm not paying attention to any of this. Okay. I'm staying focused on what's really important. I'm not feeding it. And I'm not going to let it slow me down. This is a great month for you guys. It's a little bit of work for sure, but it feels very, very exciting. Scorpios, have a wonderful month of June. I'm going to take a quick restroom break and see if she wants to go outside. Do you want to go outside? Meh. We'll see. Okay, you guys give me 2 seconds, and thank you for being patient, and I will be right back. Do you want to go outside? Okay, let's go see. Let's go see. I don't know. You coming, Mama? I don't know if it's cold. Hold on. Okay. We saw. We saw. We tried. She went out. She came right back in. She was like, yeah. The weather here is all over the place. I mean, like 80 degrees, like 40 degrees, 24-hour period, whatever. New York, New York. You got to love it. Where are we? Scorpio. Okay, we are moving on to Sagittarius. All right, very good. And everything's working here. Good. Sagittarius, what is going on with you for June? June horoscope, Sagittarius. Sagittarius in the area of love and relationships. A lot of family. A lot of family dynamics. Feels like family coming at you, in particular, dad energy. So there could be a lot of paternal stuff going on, examination of your paternal line, how your father has affected your identity, what you like about it, what you don't like about it. Okay, possibly some shadow work there. Most of this feels high vibrational and like you're alchemizing though, but that's your choice. Okay, that's by choice. Not necessarily by nature of what's occurred. So, if that's what you're doing, you've been working with it, then by all means, you're going to reap the benefits. For those of you who haven't, there could still be some processing that needs to take place. I do feel like you guys are feeling as though your connection with family this month is pretty, I want to say heavy, but what I mean by that is not necessarily emotionally heavy. It's just real thick on the family dynamics this month. So there could be a lot going on: births, anniversaries, parties, people needing you to assist. And this is an important time to give to that. All right. Make sure that you're there because these opportunities won't always be. In the romantic realm, it feels like someone really wants your attention. It feels like someone is trying to get your attention, talk to you. It's almost like a circus clown, like I'm juggling and I'm, saying things that I think you would find entertaining, or I'm sending you I'm sending you memes, or I'm trying to, I don't know. It's like someone's really doing the most. It's you not seeming very interested. So this could very well be a month where you're recognizing that some people around you may be far more attracted to you than you are to them, and that you want to get more honest about that. All right. So just make sure you're not stringing anyone along. You seem to also be looking at romantic partnerships and the possibility of bringing in a new one, feeling maybe a little excited. Some of you seem to be feeling excited about someone new, but at the same time, you're questioning where that would go. It's almost like, well, I don't really want something serious, so what's the point? Like, is this going to lead to trouble if I engage with it? Again, I think it's important that you're being very transparent and that you're being honest first with yourself about knowing what it is that you really want. But it feels like you could be pairing up with someone this month. And for those of you that are already in an established relationship, this transfers to you guys as well. You could be pairing up with someone this month, or with your partner. You're just having a lot of fun. Like, they get it. They like that. They want to travel. So we could be taking a trip. We could be going on little adventures, little excursions. This is dating at its finest. I mean, this is fun. Okay. But that's really what it is. It's more of a good time than a very serious time. In the area of money, investments, and career. Money, investments, and career for Sagittarius. Sagittarius, June. Money, investments, and career. I heard you need to make some. You need to make some. The second week and the third week of the month. So this is about investments for you guys. If you have been debating on starting a new position or leaving the old job that isn't working, if you guys were promised some type of promotion, or you had an idea about what would be happening with your work and money and it didn't, You had an idea about an old investment, how high it was supposed to go, and it didn't. There's some level of disappointment there. This feels like the transitionary phase. Okay, this is the time the gun is going off. It's like, let's begin. For those of you who just did this, you're going to start to see the benefits. You're going to start to reap the rewards of that decision that you recently made. There's a lot of talk of peaking in the third week of the month where you guys will have some opportunities to see the fruition, okay, of the changes you've made or the work that you've been putting in. For some of you, you're getting payouts from even 5 to 7 years ago when you started something. Here it comes. And for others, it's just opportunity to change something, opportunity for growth. There's a lot of energy here of starting something new, for sure. More in the third week and the fourth week of the month. In the area of hidden obstacles or a general message. Is there a general message or a hidden obstacle for Sagittarius in June? Hidden obstacle or a general message? I feel like you need to guard your energy from people who really want to own you a bit. You know, you seem to be surrounded by some people who don't love the fact that you're a free spirit, that you're a free soul, that you don't really want to be tied down and bogged down with certain like labels or restrictions on the relationship or the job, whatever it is. It seems like, you know, they don't seem to understand you in this way. And it's because they want to feel as though they have more of an upper hand on you than what they do. So there could be a lot of realization this month about your level of freedom and your desire to have more autonomy. And that's okay. Okay. Once you accept it and you fully understand it as being somewhat hidden from you, go forward unapologetically, living your life your own way. All right, is what I'm going to say on that. Very interesting. Sagittariuses, have a wonderful June, and thank you for being here. We're going to move into Capricorn. Capricorn is next. You guys drop your birthdays. Find your twins in the comment section. We're now doing shows at 9:30. Get off the camera, mama. We're now doing shows at 9:30. We have switched to summer hours. And we are doing paid questions at the end. So $10 donation. You can drop your question now. And at the end of tonight's show, I will get to all of them. If you have to go, that's okay. It'll be time-stamped and put up here on YouTube at Ask Ivy the Medium. All right, where are we with this? January 6th is Diana. Oh, Capricorn. I should have guessed that. I love that. All right, good timing. So moving on to, I'm just waiting for it on the ticker, I think. Hold on. What you doing, mama? I love you. Okay. All right, we're ready to go. All right, Capricorns, June horoscope for Capricorns. What is going on with you in love and relationships? Somebody's coming at you, push somebody away. Someone's coming at you, pushes somebody away. I don't know what. Somebody seems to be coming toward you who said something wrong, but mostly did everything right. I'm talking about romantically. And then you push them away, and then they reconfigured, came back, pulled something from their bag of tricks, came back again. They were like, I have a different way of presenting now. And you're like, okay, they're mostly doing everything right. And then they do something wrong again, and you push them away. It's like, it's always this. It's always this with this person. So it's almost like throwing, what do they say, like pasta at the wall or whatever. It's almost like throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. It's like, why didn't you Google it? Why didn't you watch a YouTube video on it? Why didn't you get a, Dummies 101 book on it? Why didn't you get like educated on it? Why are you just throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks? And that's where I think you're getting irritated with this person, because it seems like you did tell them, you're not here to train them. You're not here to therapize them or give them the tools and be like, oh, I really hope you pick up these tools to work with me. No, but you set your boundary. You said what you didn't like. You made clear statements, right? So they already know what needs to be improved upon. And if someone is not taking you seriously, if someone comes back into your life, an ex, even for those of you who are dealing with someone you're currently with, you're currently in an established relationship. If you have stated that something hurt you, you need an improvement in some area, or you didn't like something, and they come back trying to fix it, that's great, but that really needs to be where the work is getting done. Okay. It can't be 3, 4, 5, 6 times where they keep coming back around looking like a clown, not very serious, because that is where it becomes manipulation. That is where this individual is trying to deliberately waste your time. That is where they're draining you, and it becomes a control tactic. All right. So it's going to be different for all of you, but this person shouldn't be having this many struggles coming at you properly. I also feel for some of you, you're dealing with some family dynamics this month, mostly in the third week, where there could be some either tension between you and parents, or this could be a parent to child dynamic where there's tension. There's a desire to not be so closely connected. We have people who want to have their autonomy, but there's a lot of entanglement there. And so try to walk delicately there, handle that delicately, because when people feel overly entangled, they can get very triggered. And sometimes it's best to take time outs and cool off, and then revisit something in 3 days. Okay. I also want to take a look here at money, investments, and career. That's coming up quite strong for you guys this month. Money, investments, and career. You got some money opportunities coming in the first week, the second week, a lot of waterfall energy here, which is like fluidity. Okay. It keeps flowing. It keeps flowing. This is also symbolic of you washing away money problems, debt issues, stressors you had about contracts. For those of you that are dealing in a legal situation that was dragging out, this could be the completion of that, or at least talk of the completion of that. So you have a clear understanding on where that's going. And then in the third week of the month, it seems like you have a business opportunity. I heard proposal. So some type of business proposal coming in. This could also be you being seen and heard more for your expertise. Now, those of you who have been debating on launching something new, like a full makeover, like I want to get new headshots and I want to change my title and, I want to put up a new website, whatever it is. I mean, if you are like, I'm ready to present, you really need to be doing this. It feels like the third week. This is where all eyes are on you anyways. And so it's just like a times 10 factor here. I love that for you. But yeah, money's starting to look real good. Okay. Less drainage, more increase. Even if for some of you, this feels a little bit lateral or like I'm just plugging along, the shift really is here. Let's see if there is a hidden message or a hidden obstacle, rather, a hidden obstacle or a general message for Capricorns. Capricorns, hidden obstacle or general message for June. Keep your mouth shut. Keep your eyes to yourself and keep your mouth shut. I don't know if some of you are tempted. I don't know if some of you are tempted to cheat this month. Wow. Or if you have been, grand finale. It's about to get exposed. Huh. Well, It is what it is. Okay, we have some things getting exposed this month. So this could be your stuff. This could be other people's stuff, situations around you getting exposed to you. Regardless, you could be seeing a lot of number sevens, which are masks coming off, truths being revealed, plot twists. Okay, having all the information that you need to go forward after this exposure happens. Okay, so interesting month for you guys. Capricorns, enjoy your June and thank you for being here. We are going to move on to Aquarius. Okay. Couple of you have real close birthdays. I love seeing it because like personalities are so similar. You guys let me know in the comment section too. Who are the cusp babies? I can spot a fellow cusp person a mile away. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what it is, but I swear to God, because I'm the 22nd, and so I'm between Gemini and Cancer, and I could spot any cusp. Anyone else feel this? Any other cuspers here? There's a weird energy. It's almost like the way neurodivergents find each other. You know, it's that it really is that vibe of like something's a little different, a little extra. All right, where are we? Nicole Whitehead said your Cancer reading was already spot on. You're a Gemini Cancer cusp. Oh, very cool. When's your birthday? Fun. Okay, let's move on to Aquarius. Aquarius, June horoscope. What is going on with you guys in the area of love and relationships? Woo! You may win. Holy shnikes, what is this? Second week, the third week, proposals, marriage, some of you divorce if you're sick and tired of looking at this person. You know, it's a whole lot of everything. I feel like I just had Christmas, New Year's, I don't know, everything at once. Which is kind of funny because the first week of the month looks relatively quiet. And by the fourth week, you're probably taking a nap, right? But it's right there. It's between the second and the third. It's just like an avalanche of love and romance and upgrades and, you know, getting rid of what doesn't work and feeling happy about that and passionate and like, thank God I'm single again. You know, like you may have a glow up because you left something toxic that was draining you immediately. I'm talking like glow up like overnight. Like the minute I decide to leave this relationship, I'm already dropping 15 pounds looking better. It's like, here's the thing. For some of you, you could have somebody from the past trying to get back in here with a list of things that they have worked on and improved and their therapy schedule. I'm serious. Like literally they may be like, I go Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's all going to work out. And you're like, I don't know. I don't know what you choose to do about this, but it's certainly effort. I mean, I would rather see someone come in with something like this than nothing. Okay. Like they're not showing up with an audacity. They're not showing up with an audacity just expecting that because they are them, you should, you know, entertain them. They are coming with receipts, but I don't know that they can afford you. And I really don't know that they can afford you now. Since your prices have gone up and you've added tax, you may entertain this. You may also feel a little bit like they seem very childlike to you now, which, you know, can really dry things up. Okay. I don't know what you choose to do. I don't want to taint it, but anyways, some of you are in an already established relationship as well. And you may feel as though, you're having a serious discussion about some things that need to change or upgrade. And for some of you, this could also be in regards to residency. So whether it's like, I don't think we should be living together, or we need to invest in the house, okay, land, property, things like this, or let's go ahead and cohabitate. There does seem to be a leveling up going on with that. Um, Whether it's a detox or not, it's still a leveling up. All right, interesting. You guys are really, though, I'm supposed to say this, you're supposed to focus on friendships. So for this month, Aquarius, it's all about your friendships. It's all about peace and harmony and tranquility and time together, and also a lot of time on your own, like you in nature, you by water, and then you with friends. Okay. Also, if you join a, I don't know, a book club, or you start going to a new coffee shop with like a bookstore in it or something, or maybe just reading a lot. It's a lot about you in books and stories, and having relationships with like fictitious characters, your relationship to your inner child, your relationship to your soul, okay, your relationship to art and entertainment. This could also be watching, movies, or getting a new streaming channel or something. Okay, so that's really important. Money, investments, and career. Money, investments, and career for Aquarius, June. Money, investments, and career. Okay. The second week, you may be saying no to somebody or a contract, or just telling them to hold it. And then the third and the fourth week, it looks like you are taking an offer. I wonder, you got these people waiting, and it's like, I'm taking something else, and you're not telling them. I don't know. I don't feel bad for them either way, because it seems like shady business. Like maybe they did something, maybe somebody didn't deliver something, didn't deliver in the past, and now it's like, you're going to put in here, right? You're going to commit here, right? You're going to sign this contract, right? You're here, right? You're staying here, and you're like, hold it a minute. Let me get back to you. And then you're like, gone. Okay. You're off. So for those of you who are looking at jumping ship, you're looking at switching jobs, you're looking at launching your own career, you're looking at a partnership, an investment that can set you free. This feels very much like you control everything right now. You almost feel like the puppeteer right now. Be careful with that. I mean that in a literal sense with the second offer coming in. Okay. But even there, you have a lot of power behind you, a lot of, I want to say, leverage and manipulation tactics that are working and will continue to work. So, make sure that what you're investing in the month of June is what you really want in the long term. I'm hearing for you guys the bigger picture. What is the bigger picture for you? Okay. And just making sure that everything is in alignment with that, because you can really have it all, and you could find yourself building for the next 3 months. Some of you may also be getting rid of some type of like a debt or a legal problem. And it could be like leaving your life, just like exiting, because it's done, it's expired, or there's a judgment, something like that. But some of you could also be getting rid of a debt. And for those of you who are debating on moving, I would also put that in the money category. It feels exciting, and it does feel like it's time. So we've got the gun going off on that. So now we start moving forward with how we want to do that. Probably in the next 3 months as well. Interesting. Let's see if there is a hidden obstacle or a general message for Aquarius. Aquarius, general message or hidden obstacle. Speaking, teaching, leading, public speaking, publishing, social media, marketing, videography. I'm telling my truth. I'm speaking my truth. I'm coming from an authentic place. I'm exposing what I really do, what I really think, or who I am. I'm using my skill set. I am being offered a speaking position. I'm taking the mic. I'm grabbing the mic. I'm taking the lead. Political, journalistic, publishing again. Yeah. Okay, good. Do it. That's it. That's what that is. Aquarius, thank you so much for being here, and have a wonderful month of June. All right, we're going to move on to, last but certainly not least, Pisces. Pisces. Okay, we got, how cute is that? I love Pisces. Like Sagittarius, Pisces, Scorpios. I have a lot of fun with Leos, Aries. Okay, I think we got it up there. Are we ready? All right. Pisces, here is your June horoscope. Let's see what's coming up with you guys in the area of love and relationships. Love and relationships for Pisces. I heard there's a lot of romantic energy here, but you also seem to be shutting the door on someone. So you could have a month where you're just like, I don't really want this, or I don't want this with you. Now, this could be that you're looking into better options. Okay. This could be that you're feeling unfulfilled. This could be that someone is no longer your dream character, or that the way they presented themselves, or it's literally just expired, right? The way, though, that they seem to have come to you saying that they were X, Y, and Z, and you're like, you're really more like a troll living under the bridge, right? You threw some fairy dust in my eyes. I don't know what I thought I saw, but I do wonder if you put a lot of this on them. I mean, I don't know that they full on tried. I mean, you're definitely like sort of accusing them of presenting one way and being another. But I wonder if you did some of this. I wonder if you projected some of this, or you put them up on a pedestal, or you took your fantasy and your illusion tricks and you put it on there and you were like, yeah, that was really entertaining for like 6 or 7 months, but now, I don't even want to ever look at it again. So you seem to be done. I mean, you seem to be done with someone. Now for some of you, this isn't as much romantic as this is like setting boundaries with a family member or someone who feels like family. This could be made family, but you are done. And I think it's an important time for you to honor the fact that when we end some type of relationship, whether we chose to do it or not, we can go through a grieving period, and we want to allow for that and honor that. So don't try to like onto the next, or escape and avoid and detach from it. No. Honor the grieving period. You could have a lot of mixed emotions, for a while, and that's okay. I do think that a lot of you are coming out, though, from what almost feels like your shell or a period of hibernation, or coming out of your cave. And I don't know, maybe some of this is just spring. I mean, this happens in the spring. I'm in the northern hemisphere, but take it how it resonates. Some of you really seem to be kind of popping out from your cave. You're like a bear, you're like scratching things, and you're like all looking, your fur's looking crazy, and you're like, yeah, thank God, here's the sun. You're going down for a little drink of water, you got the sun shining on your face. So like, I'm ready for new things, I'm ready to launch some, I'm ready for new beginnings, I'm ready to have some fun. And you seem to be ready for new relationships. So for those of you that are already in something committed, this could look like your relationship being taken out onto like dry land, or taking a trip, or taking it into new uncharted territory. For some of you, even opening it up to exploration. So I don't know, hey, if you're into that, you could be like bringing in third parties or whatever. A child, okay, a dog. I mean, it could, it doesn't have to be something romantic, I guess, to keep it clean. But I think that most of you are opening up to some type of new love. And I think that as you're doing that with all this new energy coming out of you as a whole, it is going to bring back a couple exes. I would expect to hear from 2 to 3, 2 that seem very similar, 1 that seems different. And you could find that there is something with an ex, maybe not something long term in the sense of like, let's commit, cohabitate, and breed, but maybe just something, okay, that you're supposed to explore, not necessarily for closure, just something you're supposed to explore. So try not to put a weird label on it. It's like, what is it? What is, don't worry about what it is. It is what it is. That's what it is. Okay. What it is, what it's meant to be. And you can explore it, and you can also not try to lock it down or put a label on it. And if it fades, and maybe it'll come back around again. Okay. And that's fine too. But a lot of newness going on here in love and relationships. Okay. And like I said, boundaries are cutting something off. In the area of money, investments, or career. Money, investments, or career for Pisces, June. Money, investments, and career. Okay. The second to the third week. So I heard influx. We've got a bunch of opportunities coming up the second to the third week for those of you who work independently, business ownership, entrepreneurship, independent contracting, anything in that vein. It could be a lot of new clients. It could be some old clients returning. It could be extensions on current contracts. It could be, for some of you, I have a sign going up. So like opening your business, the right partnership or investor coming in for you. And for some, this is finally getting like a settlement or letting go of something, that was legal and dragging out. For some, this could also be, but this comes more in the first week, in inheritance finally working out, or if a piece of property had to be sold off, it's like, okay, it's sold, we're chopping it up here, let's go forward now. This looks good, but there was talk of graduation, a certification, a title, somebody earning something. This may be for a small portion of you, but I feel like it's actually for a lot of my viewers. Okay, so like, I don't know how else to explain that, but if you're getting in the second week, especially like some type of certification or title, or like you just completed this, okay, well done. Everything increasing for you guys this month. Don't be wasteful, of course. Okay. And I am hearing that between the third and the fourth week, there could be something you need to invest in. So whether it's like repairs on your vehicle or the house, or leaking pipes, water, da 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 da. We don't want to let things go. So just make sure you're investing where you need to. And for many of you, this is on your body. So you can't treat your body, like something you can just put on the back burner to repair, but you would repair your car next week. No, 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 no. Take care. Okay. Take care of your health. Wealth flows from health. In the area of a general message or hidden obstacle. Is there a hidden obstacle, or is there a general theme for June Pisces? Hidden obstacle or general theme? Somebody's trying to put an arrow right through your heart. I think some people may be mad that you're leaving. I think some people may be, and you're like, touche, it just seems to like bounce right back off. So I don't know if I would say it's a hidden obstacle or a warning of any kind. I'm just observing this, and I think you're going to be observing this, and you may be a little surprised by it, that people are having sort of visceral reactions to you this month. And it really has to do with boundary setting, or the way you're changing, or the way you're coming out. Okay. And it's like new beginnings for you. So people are always going to have reactions to that. It could also be that the old way of life, the areas where you're still doing alchemy and shadow work and transmutation, try to come and pull you back in. Okay. Shooting arrows at your heart. Let them bounce off, and process things, including grief. Okay. Because any type of change, even good change, brings a period of grief. That's what humans do. Okay. But it's all good. Yeah. Pisces, great month for you. Very cool. Have a wonderful June, and thank you for being here. Yay. That's all the zodiac signs. Okay. You guys have to give this high engagement if you want to see me add this to the show lineup. And also let me know, would you like to see these weekly, bi-weekly, monthly? Not at all. If you're like, you suck, I don't even like listening to this. Where are the cards? Where's the planetary, information? I'm not an astrologer, and I'm not a tarot card reader. So these were all channeled. And if you hate it, you can also tell me that. I want honest reviews. Okay. Obviously, though, right now, you don't know how accurate it is because June isn't here yet. So you're going to have to kind of wait on that one, but keep me posted. Okay, let's move on to your questions. I know I saw some coming in. Who do we have first for your Q&A? If you guys haven't dropped your question, you decide you want to do so now, go ahead and do that. It's a $10 donation. Diana, my beautiful producer, is posting in the comment section here on Instagram and TikTok how you can do that. If you are here on YouTube at Ask Ivy the Medium, it's in the description box. First up is Tiffany. Okay. Tiffany from TikTok said general reading. Okay, I just want to check on something real quick here. Just a general reading for Tiffany. Bear with me, TikTok. I have to switch screens real quick. Okay, just want to make sure I didn't screw something up on my calendar. Tiffany, general reading. What's coming up for Tiffany, general reading? Money seems to be getting right. I feel like you may have been stressed about this for a while, or you've been trying to like figure things out. Okay, is the way Spirit's saying it. It's almost like, I want to figure this out. I want to reconfigure this. This isn't exactly the way I want it. I do wonder with your work also if you've had some level of feeling dissatisfied. I'm not fulfilled. This isn't exactly what I want to be doing. How can I get there? It's not enough to just recognize that it's an issue. It's coming up with an actual game plan, something strategic and reasonable that can be created. And it feels like you're figuring that out. Ultimately, it looks like this is going to be a ballpark 2-week period where you're going to be asked to let go of some things. So this could be people and situations, circumstances that aren't really feeding your growth and development. You could also find yourself dealing with someone who has been a disappointment for you, a disappointment to you. I'm hearing this person has been disappointment to you. So if you're dealing, especially in like a relationship, romantic, where somebody has let you down, someone has agreed to do certain things and then hasn't like followed through or maintained it. They may have also, how do I want to say this? Okay. I always say you cannot create a connection, nor can you destroy one. And sometimes we are overreaching to force a human to fit in our life, right? What do they say? Round peg in a square hole or whatever, that like you're trying to force it. And sometimes it's not that they full on betrayed you as much as like you just stopped overreaching. You just stopped trying. You just realized and calmed down and stopped. And you're looking at someone and you're saying, you were never that thing. You were never that thing anyways. Okay. It's okay. Whatever this is that you're realizing, just know that it's okay. You could be spending the next 2 to 3 weeks looking at a lot of different areas, in particular relationships and the work stuff that came up, just looking at what is fulfilling and what isn't. Okay. And where you're done overreaching and where you're ready to put that energy and effort into creation of something different, something new. Thank you, Tiffany. We're going to move on to another one. Who do we have next? Next up is Mella from TikTok. And she says, I'm thinking about what to do for career. Is that the whole, it's not really a question. Just that's it. Okay. Career. What to do for career. Mella career advice. Feels like when I look at your life contract, you got a whole whirlwind of stuff going on. It's like a hurricane or a tornado. It's like, cleaning house. Looks like the Tasmanian devil here. Cleaning house. So definitely some change and transition coming in here. And I don't mean necessarily from your creation. I'm talking about like on a universal scale, on an astrological scale. Okay. It feels like you're getting ready to release something that doesn't really serve you, your growth, your expansion. I don't know. The money might be fine. That's fine. Okay. But even there could be more. And you're getting ready to move into a position of leadership. So what you should be looking at this time is greater opportunity to speak, teach, lead, communicate. This could also be, this is really funny because I went to go say it could be management, it could be organization, it could be project creation. And Spirit said, no, it needs to be communication. But there's almost like an argument here between your guides as to like which comes first, the chicken or the egg. Like it's both things, but which one first? So I'm going to say it this way. It looks like what you're supposed to be focused on is using all of your skills, converting them. Okay, you're taking them with you, right? We're not abandoning everything here. We're taking that with us somewhere else, packing it up and using your voice in whatever capacity you enjoy doing that to speak more. okay, to the public on what you know and what you do. And the days of you sort of being like the donkey or behind the scenes or the workhorse really feel to me like they're kind of gone. You know, this is about you being more in the spotlight. I feel good about that. I do feel like you're creating it though. All right. So don't passively sit. We're not resting on our laurels and hoping for everything to just fall right into our lap at this time. All right. Thank you, Mela. We're going to move on to another one. Next up is Melissa. General reading for Melissa. General message for Melissa. You are going to have to say no to some people in the next 2 to 3 weeks. I have you eating a bowl of stew, and it's almost like your body has been starving. And you've got this little chunk of bread, and it's like there's not very much in there. You know, there's already only like a couple pieces of meat, and like, I don't know, there's not very much in there, you know, and you got a lot of hands coming at your stew and your little roll here, you know, and it's kind of pitiful. I feel like I want to fight for you, you know, and you may have people around you who are feeling that way about you right now. Like they want to fight for you, but they can't. Like no one can. We can't really fight this fight for other people. So you're going to be tested for the next 2 to 3 weeks. And in particular, it's like climaxing at the end of the second week out from now. So mostly with male energy. But people who are younger than you, immature, don't want to stand on their own 2 feet or creating conflict, whatever it is. I mean, they could also just be taking because you've let them, you know? So it's not always like, oh, you know, poor Melissa. Sometimes it's like Melissa needs to stop doing that, you know? So be loving to yourself. Feed your inner child, feed your soul. You know, when we talk about food as medicine and we talk about caretaking, self-love, right? Self-care, we are really talking about who you communicate with, where you let your thoughts go, where you give your energy, okay, how you fill your cup, how well balanced that is. And it seems like you've made a lot of choices in the past to deplete yourself or allow other people in situations to deplete you. And so this could be a bit of a grand finale of a test, all right, in a couple key areas where you just are basically, I don't know, like eating your soup and like me, you know, you pull your roll in, you're like, hell no, you're not getting a bite of this. Okay. And it's that simple. It's not a big deal. It doesn't have to be a big fight. I'm not going to beat you up and take your spoon, you know, and like none of that's going to happen. It's just no, it's me right now. It's just me right now. Okay. So a lot of people around you who seem to not want to fully stand on their own 2 feet or own also their decisions. Don't let it drag you down energetically. If there are people around you who are suffering the consequences of their actions, inaction, okay. No, I'm not getting emotionally drained because you made a bad decision. I'm not. No, I'm fine. Well, I'm having a nice day. I hope you do better tomorrow. Hope you pick up those tools I offered you, you know, keep the boundaries. All right. Thank you, Melissa. We have another question coming in here from Vanessa Dempsey. What's coming up for me as a Leo in June? Well, I just gave you everything in the Leo horoscope probably, but let's see if we can break this down any more personally for you. Vanessa, Leo, June. You seem to really be ramming something on home, man. Like the first and the second week, you seem to be, I see you getting behind this truck. I don't know if you ever saw War of the Roses. One of my all-time favorite movies. If you have not seen it, go watch it. Freaking hilarious. 80s, early 90s comedy was, okay, chef's kiss. But there is a scene where is it Kathleen Turner? Kathleen, yeah, she gets behind the wheel of this very knobby, like black truck, you know, monster truck looking thing. And she like runs over her ex and all kinds of other things. Anyways, I'm getting this image of you getting behind the wheel of that truck and just like running over whatever is in my way. And this goes on, okay, the first half of the month. So I pity the fool who thought they were going to get in front of you, who took attitude, was deceptive, wasn't transparent, right? Thought that they were going to be clever or pay you later. Nope, you're going to pay me now. Or I'm taking it, or it's like, I'm going to run you over and I don't even want it. Keep it. So there's a real attitude of force and strength coming in here the first couple weeks of the month. And I don't think we're talking about little stuff. I think we're talking about money. I think we're talking career. I think we're talking contracts. I think we're talking about the bigger relationships. This is also leading to, I want to say, some level of introspection in the third week of the month, and then maybe a little bit of being like tired or recouping your energy or staying more to yourself and isolating a bit in the fourth week, okay, and just processing things. What this looks like to me is new beginnings, but like I'm taking them, okay, I'm creating them. Definitely cleansing it out with the old. Okay. And seriously, anyone who thought they were pulling anything over on you, they may not see you coming. Really, really hilarious. All right. Thank you, Vanessa. Have a great June. Okay. Mel Subi said, thank you, Ivy. I really enjoyed this show. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear it. I love doing these. Thank you for being here. And do we have any more coming in? Next up is Elvin Ramos. Elvin says, for Scorpio, yes, Scorpio, anything coming to me in June? Well, I did the Scorpio reading, so you could certainly go back and listen, but let's try to make it a little more personal. Let's see what's going on. Scorpio, June for Tony. What's going on? The third week, it's almost like zip your lip. It's like, and throw away the key. Somebody may be coming in. You could have like an ex coming in. You could have someone in the at the tail end of the second week going into the third week. So this is dragging a bit, right? This is like from the middle of the second week all the way through the third week. This is dragging. So someone's trying to come back in, come back around. And the message to you is to use your free will wisely, because this feels like a test from the universe to see if you're going to engage with it. If you're going to knowingly engage and feed and pretend and play along with something that you know is not either what you ordered, what you wanted, okay, what you were hoping for, what you asked for. You may have asked for something and you know it isn't there. But someone is trying to get you to almost like lighten up, or what does it matter? Don't be so serious or something like this. And it's like, but you are serious. This is the thing. You are. And if you are feeling that this is somehow, I don't want to say degrading you, but like demoting you, that to entertain it would be demoting, don't scratch me. You can come as he popped up for your reading. Okay. Esmeralda Marie Rivera, everybody. You can come up here, but you can't scratch me. Come on up. Come on up. That's her confirmation for you. Okay. So that sort of speaks for itself. I don't feel like this is a very complicated message. I'm not going to like color it in any way. I just think that this locking of your lips and then like halfway through the third week being like, I'm going to throw away the key, suggests that you decide at some point to stop entertaining this mentally, emotionally, verbally, for sure, verbally. Okay. And that a few days later, you're like, I did the right thing, because somebody shows you their true colors. Sometimes when we set a boundary with someone, even if it's not blatant and we didn't state that it was a boundary, maybe you just pull back. Maybe you just don't give as much as you used to. Okay. Maybe you're just not really feeding it. You're a little more detached. Just even that is a boundary. When they sense it, they don't like it. And you can see how they react. And maybe somebody reacts with like a temper tantrum type energy, something manipulative. You're like, there it is. I knew it. Good. Okay. So that'll be the final confirmation you need. on that. Interesting. Thank you, Elvin. We're going to move on to another one. Do we have any more questions coming in here? Or are we doing last call? How many more do we have, Diana? Next up is Edgar Velardes. Edgar says, what messages would Spirit like me to know regarding June 2026? I plan to submit the paperwork for my hours completed for my license on June 8th. Okay, June 8th, paperwork. Excited for that and hoping. How many more, Diana? It gets approved sooner than expected, could take up to 4 months. Okay, so this is really your question. Okay. It could take up to 4 months. Will it be approved earlier? Okay, so that's a very specific question. Let's see what's going on. June 8th, you submit it. It will be earlier. I mean, I can't give 100% guarantee. There are like 5 hands in the pot here, but 5 hands is not that much. Okay, so I'm going to say I would put money on this, 82% likelihood. Okay, as of today, could it move? Yes. Will it? Probably not. If it moves, we're talking a matter, like we're splitting hairs. We're talking a matter of like 3 weeks. I think it will be earlier. I think it will be probably more like 3 months, and it'll be quick, I heard. I don't really know what that means. Like it'll be very fast. So it feels like once this moves, it really moves. Almost like it's already a done deal also. So they may have already talked about you, examined all of this. Like there have been 2 separate meetings on this, not necessarily about you, but there were 2 separate meetings on, you know, whatever's happening with, it almost feels like a position, future plans. And so it seems like you're kind of moving in, like in accordance with, all right, all of that. Yeah, any other like paperwork and things that need to get pushed through. It feels like there's also, how do I want to say this? Maybe nothing else going on. I don't know how else to explain it other than, you know, people aren't, hi, mama, you come on up here. Come on. It feels like people aren't backed up. All right. And things are running efficiently, smoothly, efficiently. Okay. Looks good. Well, congratulations. That is certainly a huge deal. You okay? I love you. Aw, as he came over to meow at you, Edgar. Very nice. All right, thank you. And we're going to move on to another one. Who do we have next? Next up is, okay, this is last call for everyone as well. If you want to get your personal reading in here tonight, you can ask about anything. Anything goes. Yeah. And if you can't stay for your reading or you want to go back and listen to your horoscope, all of this will be published in about 24 hours on YouTube at Ask Ivy the Medium, and it will be time-stamped. If you guys need to book a private reading with me, go to Ivy Rivera, psychicmedium.com. I do work internationally. Next up is Black Cat Camilla. What's coming up in June? I'm a Leo, Cancer, Aries, oh, I see, Leo Sun. Okay, let me get this vibe for you. Fun. Okay, you're a Leo sun. You're a Cancer moon. Okay. And you are an Aries rising. Well, the first thing I'm feeling with you this month is a sort of bulldozing effect, okay, that you may bring the first 2 weeks of the month with some of your Aries energy, a certain type of almost like questioning of things, or like I heard I told you so, or you're like, you know, responding to things that needed to be handled and taken care of. And you're saying like, this is going to be done my way. This is going to be done right now. Okay. This is happening. And you're feeling really good about it. Like you feel very energized about it, excited about it. I also get a little bit of, with your Leo sun, a little bit of you being in the spotlight the second week, the third week, but A little bit in the 4th week also, that's more social, okay, in the 4th week, middle of the 4th week, you being a little bit more, I don't know if this is like a concert or you're dancing or you're just, I just see you in the spotlight there. But I want to say also work related, okay, or anything where you work with the public, you could be seen and heard more. This could also just be a significant increase in things like your social media, okay, or take it how it resonates, but definitely being seen. I also feel like with your Cancer and Leo energy, there's some healing going on in regards to love. And I feel like romantic partnerships could be healing from the past. This could be a level up in intimacy or a level up in, um, let's just say, a relationship dynamic and interaction that brings in some closure. So if you had grief or loss or dissatisfaction in the past, someone different than whoever was involved with that is here giving to you in such a way, and you're accepting it and giving it to yourself and saying like, I'm healing that wound is, it's healed, it's complete, the cycle is complete. And so that feels really exciting. You could also be invited to go to what looks like the theater or some type of a play, okay, some type of a concert or a performance. This could be the 2nd week of the month. I think it's important to take, how do I want to say this? Romanticize your life, okay? Poor Ezzy. I think she's throwing up in the other room. Not like that, okay? But romanticize your life in the month of June with others, with yourself, with the things that you're doing. You could also be pulled with that Cancer moon into like redecorating. So whether it's like my bedroom, my bedspread, my new, you know what I mean? I'm getting new furniture, whatever it is. It feels very like domestic and beautiful and artistic. Yeah. Pretty cool. Thank you, Camilla. We have another one coming in here. You okay? What happened? Poor baby. We're going to move on to Deborah Rose. Okay, Deborah Rose. You okay, mama? General. What is coming up for Deborah Rose? A general message for Deborah Rose? Something happening here with dad. So like living or deceased. I mean, whatever the situation is here, it feels like you're sort of laying some things to rest there. You could also be examining dad energy, paternal influence on you, on your ways of thinking, on your programming, on the current deconstruction you're doing in your life, whether it be like deconstruction from the patriarchy or deconstruction from capitalism or deconstruction on whatever, right? Old habits, old ways of thinking. It's like all of this deconstruction, all of this deprogramming, all of this healing, all of this reprogramming is pointing back to your father. So we're talking dad, we're talking the paternal line in your family, and we're talking about males in general, okay? Male influence on your life in any way. You are going through a period of time, you're supposed to anyways, for the next 2 weeks, where you're allowing these themes to come up. Some are coming up at night in a dream. Some are coming up in the shower. Some are coming up while you're driving or you're walking or you're doing the dishes or you're in motion. Okay. Like it's all random times. And it's about knowing how to stop and honor that, because there is nothing more important than dealing with our karma. There is nothing more important in life than doing our shadow work. There is nothing more important than being centered and in the moment and understanding that we have all these alternate lives running simultaneously. And sometimes it all comes together in one moment. And it is for the evolution of our soul. Okay. And you could be busy with 5 or 6 different things, but make sure you're stopping, you're paying attention to this and making it a priority instead of just like burying it down or pushing it away or sweeping it under the carpet. It's like, no, this is about my soul's evolution. So there's a lot of personal growth and development, a lot of sort of, I guess you could say detoxing here. I would say more like alchemy, okay? And a lot of examination over what is going on with the way you feel you have been influenced by men, and in particular, starting with your father, okay, paternal energy, on in particular now and going forward for the next few months on your identity, on your identity. You also seem to be finding your voice. It's almost like, oh, I found my voice. And you like pluck it out of it's almost like an oyster shell or something. You're like, oh, it's a pearl. It reminds me of like the Little Mermaid, but it's like, I found it. I found it. I don't know how it got there. I don't know what the storyline is there. I guess I don't really have time for that today. Okay. But like, if you feel that at some point you lost your voice or your true sense of self, you find it like in the next 48 hours. Yeah. Or like maybe the first week of June. I mean, we'll see. We're right in the ballpark now though, but it's like, it's here. It's here. It's like, I'm back, baby. Okay. I'm back. I pity the fool who gets in the way. Very interesting. All right. Thank you, Deborah. We are going to move on to another one. Who do we have next? Nicole W. Nicole W, a general reading for Nicole W. Nicole W, general reading. A lot going on here with romance. It feels like someone trying to get you to have a deeper level of like commitment. I mean, I was going to say intimacy, but then it was like that got shoved back down my throat. Now I'm talking about commitment. I mean, what is the point of commitment without intimacy? It's like someone wants to go backward. Someone wants to level jump. Okay, someone wants to level jump here. I think that when you're dealing with people in general for the next 2 to 3 weeks, keep in mind that a lot of people think they can give you an IOU, or they think they're charming, they think they're convincing, or everyone else has fallen for this. And they come to eat at your table and they come to consume and get what they can and they fill their belly, and then they don't put the dishes in the sink and they don't fill the dishwasher and they don't sweep the floor, and they have no intention, right, of being there for you when you need them. And it doesn't have to be like I need you, I'm desperate for you. It could just be a listening ear. It could be a soundboard, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be a big deal. And I don't think you're letting it become a big deal. But I do think that you're recognizing that there are some people, one person in particular, who really thinks they've got you that way. They really think they do because maybe you have done this in the past where you allowed it, and or they have done it with a lot of other people and it has never been questioned. Okay, but you're very much having this attitude at this point with this individual of like, I think you've eaten at my table long enough. And even if you had something to offer, I don't even want it anymore, because you could have brought wine, you could have brought bread, you could have brought dessert, you could have brought anything at any point, and you never did. This person may also say something to you like, well, I was going to. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Okay. Toodles. All right. Thank you, Nicole. We're going to move on to another one. Who do we have next? Next up is Edgar. Edgar Velardes says, I plan to go on vacation to El Salvador. Fun. In July to celebrate my recent career accomplishments. What messages does my grandmother Mamachella, I remember her, Mamachella, have regarding the trip? She was Salvadorian too. Yes, I get that heavy with her. Okay, so what does she have to say about it? Aw, she's so freaking cute. She just holding your cheeks and like giving you a kiss on the forehead, and like stroking your hair back. Okay. But how handsome you are. What an accomplishment. What a blessing. What a big thing. What an accomplishment. What an accomplishment. She keeps with the champagne, clinking the champagne glasses. There could also be something that you guys drink there that looks like kind of like a red wine to me. I'm not sure what exactly it is. But like a celebration. And you did this. She said you did this on your own. I don't know if maybe you feel a little bit like, sometimes we look back and we can feel very much like, I really had to struggle a lot with this on my own, really top to tail. It was me that did it. And you're talking bigger than just the task at hand, passing that test. Okay. It's bigger than that. And it can suggest that you didn't have a lot of support, in the family or growing up, or that this wasn't even maybe that highly encouraged, for example. But I think that one of the things you're doing is she's proud of you for doing this. You are entering into a period here for the next few months where you're really looking at like your ancestral line. You're looking at your family. You're looking good, bad, indifferent, whatever. They did help to get you here. Okay. And you're honoring that. And she's very pleased to see that. The only other thing she's saying about the trip is that it's going to be very like peaceful and filling your heart and filling your cup. It's very, how do I want to say this? It's almost like you may feel like you're home. I don't know if you've gone before and felt like this just isn't my home. Like something here doesn't fit, or whether it's like with the family, it doesn't seem to fit. But it feels like you're finding family. It feels like you're finding home, and something may click with you where you're like, I don't know that I want to leave, or like, I got to come back soon. Or maybe you're debating on putting up residency at some point there. Okay. And you're starting to take it more seriously after this. She just wants you to pay attention to that. Know how much she loves you. She's also showing like a little white poodle or a little white dog. This could be a Bichon, I guess. Okay. But I'm seeing like little dogs. I'm seeing like a Chihuahua, and I'm seeing a little Bichon looking dog. So just know she's sending you, I feel like, dogs, which are symbolic of loyalty, but these could also be quite literal, crossing your path. And it's like, because you were loyal to yourself and because you were loyal, like, to your roots, you're going to be getting a lot of blessings for that. A lot of loyalty is about to come back to you. A lot of loyalty. Okay. And blessings. Very nice. Yeah. You seem to be really celebrated out there. This is a very nice trip. But you also seem to be, and I'm just saying this psychically, as she was showing me things and talking, I was just seeing you like doing some solo trips, like excursions. So I don't know if you were going to like the edge of some, be careful. I mean, of course, but like, I don't know if you were going out to some cliffs or some mountains or some caves. Okay. And then maybe doing something by water, but it seems like you're doing some stuff on your own, or almost like I'm out in the middle of the desert. It's just me, like just getting very in touch with like nature and your higher mind in the universe. It's like, I could see every star in the sky. I could see every planet. Like I could see everything. Like I'm literally like kind of out in the middle of nowhere. It's pretty miraculous. And it's just you. It's just you. Okay. So take that time away. Make it a priority. Thank you, Edgar. Have fun. We're going to move on to another one. This is Tiffany. This is just some feedback from Tiffany. Tiffany said, thank you, Ivy. You're really on the mark tonight. I definitely have a relationship that needs to go. Ooh, okay. I don't remember what I said, but it is what it is. There you go. And then Deborah said, I called him the guy with the carrot in front of me. Did what he promised. Gone now. Oh, okay. Interesting. That makes a lot of sense. Yep. They'll do that. Edgar said, thank you, Ivy. Yes, the trip is to honor and celebrate my Salvadorian roots in some way. Very cool. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Deborah said, goodness, Nicole's feels like mine too. Well, here's the thing too. If you guys are listening to any of these messages and you feel like I could really take that for myself, it's called collective messaging, and it's just something spirit does. Okay. Or guinea pigging, where they'll do that. They'll give multiple people, or even people watching this video later on, and it's like, that resonates with me. Then it's for you. Okay. If it's collective, it's collective. They often tend to be in my shows. Thank you. And do we have any more questions coming in here? We are at time. Okay. Thank you so much, Diana. This was fun. Again, you guys post if you want to see more of the horoscope shows. Do you want weekly, bi-weekly, monthly? What? Okay. Did you hate it? Are you not feeling it? And as the time goes along, please let me know in the comment section throughout the month of June, I'm referring to, how this resonated with you and the things that happened, so I can, see where I can like make improvements or what's really, hitting home. We also have coming up, I think it's tomorrow, actually, tomorrow night, 9 8:30, we are at summer hours. 9:30, something unexpected is coming your way. I'm going to tell you what and when. So tune in for that back here on all these platforms. Thank you so much. You guys have a great night. Thank you, Diana. Thank you, Spirit.